Good morning, kids. Dad here. It is Tuesday, May 26th, 11:12 a.m. Coming to you from Bravo Zulu House. My bedroom, you can tell from the backdrop, also my home office. Just got my workout done. Been doing my catching up on work this morning from the weekend. I gotta get a lot more work done the next couple hours because I get to come see you kids. I get to leave here about 3 o'clock. See you kids at 6. So I'm excited about that. Finally, I get to see you guys, kids, give you a hug again. So anyhow, yesterday was Memorial Day. It was a fantastic day. I had a chance to speak. I was invited to go speak in a little town called Mapleton. Fantastic little community. So I was able to partake in a service, share some of my thoughts on Memorial Day there. There might be a video of it floating all around online somewhere. They said they put it on YouTube or something. And then I had a chance to attend a service, the memorial service in Winnebago. And then I had a chance to help take down flags at a cemetery. So it was a busy, full day. And today, though, I wanted to reflect on name number 3 on my gratitude list as I continue this little gratitude mini series. And this person is a gentleman named Alan Hill. Alan Hill, A-L-A-N. Alan was number 3 on my list because if I go back in time, back to summer of 2023, I was struggling to find a job, work. Remember I talked about that in my little gratitude about Rick, about he was such a great mentor in helping me, coach me in kind of how to address divorce issues with an employer. Well, Alan, turns out he is very engaged with a group called Eagle Group. Eagle Group, like the bird. And what Eagle Group does is it's networking for veterans in the Twin Cities. Helps veterans with everything from how to write a resume to how to do interviewing for jobs, how to find a job, like how to pick out one that'd be good for you, how to negotiate for pay, all those things. And we all just kind of support each other in that process. And Alan is a guy, for whatever reason, I connected with him pretty early on. I reached out to Eagle Group. And he is, still is, one of the most just jovial, friendly, genuinely just lives and breathes the mantra, what can I do to help? Just always just wants to be helpful to others. So he helped get me dialed in with Eagle Group. He was a big reason I went my first couple times. I think I talked to him on the phone a couple times, and he's kind of in the project management field. He's kind of in this whole agile world that I'm in professionally. So we kind of spoke the same language professionally. And he's a good bit older than me. He's probably in his mid-50s or so. He was in the Army back in the 1980s I believe he was like a radio communications kind of guy. And nowadays he spends a lot of his time with Eagle Group, working with vets looking for jobs. And what I really connected with him about is how friendly and welcoming he was. And when I first started going to Eagle Group, I'd never been to a group like that before. I'd only, just based on talking to Rick a couple months earlier, I'd only started like trying to find veteran things, reaching back out to my tribe, like Rick had coached me and suggested I do. And Eagle Group is a world-class resource. It is one of the best in the nation for helping veterans go from the military to jobs. And I had never done something like that after I left the military. So I kind of struggled professionally finding the right fit. And Alan was single-handedly the reason why I went to the in-person meeting. Because, well, I won't know any of these people. I'm kind of nervous. But I'll know Alan. And Alan seems really friendly over the phone. And I see Alan, he's even friendlier in person. And he's funny. He is funny. He's got a really good way about being kind of self-deprecatingly, kind of making fun of himself, not taking himself too seriously, and making jokes with this clever little wit. But he doesn't do it in a mean way. It's not like he makes fun of people. It's a genuinely good human being kind of humor. And he cracks me up constantly. So I got to see him and give him a handshake, probably a little hug. And I think I met one or two other people that first time there. And if not for Alan, I would have never gone. Or I'd have gone, sat down, sat in the corner, talked to nobody and left. But Alan was nice enough to introduce me to a few people. And that for me was a huge lesson on how I can carry that forward for others, making them feel welcome when they walk into a room, introducing them to a couple of people, giving them that handshake and hug, just that friendly warmth. And Alan didn't want anything in return. He didn't want money. He didn't want accolades. He probably doesn't want this video. But what he wanted, I think where he derives his joy, is just seeing somebody else improve, seeing somebody else, benefit. He finds his joy in the smiles and success of others, which is somebody that I want to be like, that I've strived to be like ever since I met Alan. And in the time since, it's been really neat. I stay in touch with Alan pretty routinely. He's kind of stepped back from Eagle Group a little bit. He's really actually pursuing some things in AI. But I had a chance last summer to invite him out to that Project Got Your Back. I'm sorry, for the Warriors Next Adventure retreat that I put together last July at that 16-bedroom estate. He was one of the 6 speakers I had come in because I knew that he could talk about Eagle Group to these veterans, and he was such a great person. And my goodness, if he gets a free day or two at this awesome private estate on a lake to do some fishing, have some lunch, have some laughs with some guys, it's the least I could do to tell him thank you. And in the time since, he's working on a book. He's working on a leadership book. He gave me the honor of asking if I would read an early copy and give him some feedback on it. And my gosh, what an honor. Of course I jumped at that. I gave him some feedback. I've learned that the best feedback isn't saying, "Oh, this is wonderful. Way to go. This is perfect. It's amazing." The best feedback is kind of pointing out and saying, "Have you thought about this? Have you thought about that? Maybe you could do this a little differently. Ooh, I really liked that. Maybe you could do some more of that." Because that's what's helpful. And then for somebody, like Alan, he can take that feedback or leave it. It's meant in a supportive way. It's meant in a constructive way. And, that's what he was looking for. So I was able to do that. So he's one of those guys who probably will never know and understand what an impact he had on me. Professionally, I've had pretty steady, consistent work ever since meeting him. I've been able to connect some other veterans with Eagle Group. I've been able to show up to Eagle Group every couple of months now. It's a little tougher down here from Bravo Zulu because it's, it's up in the Twin Cities. But I've been able to show up at times and just say, "What can I do to help?" "Nope, I have a job right now. I'm happy in it. Not looking for a job, but is there anybody here who needs some help? Because I know a couple of things I might be able to help with." So today's gratitude is for Alan Hill, for being the kind of person that taught me, continues to teach me what real leadership looks like, which is what we would call in our field a servant leader, just looking to help others. And he reinforced to me that mantra of what can I do to help, being the one phrase I'll always lead with or always turn to when somebody's got a challenge. So anyhow, looking forward to seeing you kids shortly. Countdown's in about 8 hours, 7.5 hours. And I love you kids. We'll talk soon.